Willie's about the best hitter probably in the National League, and I don't feel too ashamed of it.
That was the voice of Whitey Ford, one of the most brilliant left-handers in the history of baseball, and this is Tops in Sports, a production of the United States Air Force. This is Kyle Rote, and today we'll be talking with Yankee ace Whitey Ford, who has won more World Series games than any man in the annals of baseball. But first, this important announcement.
This is Lieutenant Bill Jordan. Now more than ever, there's a place for tomorrow's leaders on the aerospace team. And for college graduates, the gateway may be the Air Force Officer Training School. Graduation earns the student a commission as a second lieutenant in the Air Force. And as an officer, you may become eligible for graduate training in your field at Air Force expense. In addition, you'll be eligible for pilot and navigator training. If you're a college graduate, man or woman, interested in serving your country as an Air Force officer, see your local Air Force recruiter.
Whitey Ford holds 8 World Series pitching records. And Whitey, could you tell us which record you cherish most?
Well, Carl, I think probably the 33 consecutive innings, scoreless innings. I'd say that probably is one of the only records I do hold, and I'm quite proud of it.
Well, you know, it's a strange thing, Whitey. You complete most of your World Series games, and yet during the regular season, you're often relieved in the late innings. Now, why is it that in the World Series games, you invariably go the distance?
I definitely think you concentrate more on a game in a World Series than you do during the regular season. I don't know whether you call it your adrenaline is going a little faster or what you'd call it, but I know during the World Series, I never get tired.
Well, you know, of course, Whitey, there's one fella that you've had quite a bit of trouble with in World Series and All-Star games, a pretty fair stickman named Willie Mays.
Well, Willie started off about 7 years ago in an All-Star game in Milwaukee, and from then on it was nothing but line drives and home runs. He's about the best hitter probably in the National League, and I don't feel too ashamed of it.
Well, no, he does hit a few other pitchers, too.
Yeah, I know there's I saw him one day in Ebbets Field get 4 hits off of Don Newcomb, so I don't feel too bad about it. But I remember in Pittsburgh in an All-Star game about 4 years ago, Ryan Duran had just struck him out, and he was running out to center field, and I was in the bullpen at the time, and I hollered out to him, "Willie, don't worry about anything, because I'll be in there soon." And sure enough, I come in about the 6th inning, and Willie hit a triple off of me, and he won the ball game for the National League that day.
Well, did Willie have anything to say to you when you told him to hang around a while?
No, Willie don't say much. In fact, this year, after the first game of the World Series, he got 3 for 4 off of me, and that afternoon I received a telegram from somebody, and it said, "Why don't you pitch every day?" And it was signed Willie. And I knew who it was from, our friend Toots Shore. I knew it wasn't from Willie because it was sent from New York, and Willie felt quite bad about it the next day. He told me he didn't send the telegram, but I knew it wasn't from him.
Well, one more thing, Whitey. I remember once when Lopez first accused you of throwing the spitter, and you said, "He has a lot of nerve because I play golf with him in the winter, and I don't go around telling people he doesn't count all of his strokes."
So I think he just done it for a joke, because we play golf quite a bit together in spring training, and I think he was just trying to get me mad, and he should have known better, because I don't get mad at people.
Well, you just stay that way, Whitey, and thanks a lot for joining us today.
You're welcome, Carl.
That was Whitey Ford, fans, and this has been Tops in Sports, brought to you by the United States Air Force. This is Kyle Rote. Tops in Sports is written by Dick Young and produced by Brad Simpson for the United States Air Force in cooperation with this station.
They took the blue from the skies and the pretty girl's eyes and a touch of Old Glory's hue, and gave it to the men who proudly wear the U.S. Air Force blue. And you can wear it too, the U.S. Air Force blue.
Vintage VintageBaseballReflections.com features a treasure chest of baseball audio. The wonderful thing is the audio isn't a guy like me or a few talking heads reflecting on players, seasons, or teams. It is the actual players from that era, announcers from that era, giving you an uncut, unfiltered, unrecent day stance on what it was like then. These are real-time clips from that era. Now, we encourage you to check out our entire back catalog of baseball audio. And if you like old-time games, and folks, you are not alone. Join the membership section to enjoy interacting with fans, scoring games with folks just like you, and listening to hundreds of radio broadcasts that were baseball classics. As a special offer to you, type in "This Day in Baseball" for a discount just for you. And if you enjoyed the show, hit the plus sign to subscribe, follow us on the socials, and above all, share us with your friends who love baseball history just like you.